that's when real healing begins.
Of course.
When we can talk about shit that's uncomfortable. See, that's the thing. There's no good or bad, you know?
Yeah.
It's all, listen, we're all contained on this planet, right?
Yeah.
Floating in the middle of space, not connected to nothing, right?
Yes.
Figuring it out. We've done a pretty good job at it. You know, we have order to some degree, but when they're like, this is right, this is wrong, like, nah, there's no real rules. Rules, if you think about it, was created by weak men.
Yeah.
Right? And it's fine, just so they can have a slice of the pie, right? I don't need rules. I feel like I don't need rules.
Right.
Like I'm an outlaw till I die, you know? Now, how I live my life happens to be in accordance to the rules for the most part. But if I think something doesn't make sense, I'm not gonna abide by it. And I'm all right with the consequence if it comes.
Yeah.
But look, the government does so many things that one would deem bad. You know what I'm saying? But that's a high level conversation. Like the macro won't really get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because
of course.
It ain't for them. And it's about like control, right? 85% of the population of all populations are somewhat like sheep-like. And it's not a disrespect. That's just how it is. Because people are busy living their lives trying to survive.
And they also forget. They forget when things happened previously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like
Facts.
again, like we were talking about the whole war against the Sandinistas in Nicaragua in the 1980s. Like again, we forget that whole thing happened. And that it's one of those type of situations. I'm going to debate a Holocaust denier on August 1st. And the whole thing is like, of course you can have that debate now because why? Because it's been 50, 60 years.
They're debating that there was a Holocaust?
There wasn't. This guy's saying there was no Holocaust at all. And like, it's one of these situations where it's like.
What does it mean though? What does he mean by that?
What does he mean?
Like,
he means the whole thing is made up. He means the fact that there's the
mass
fact
extermination of Jews didn't happen?
The census data that shows there were 9 million Jews in Eastern Europe before the war and 3 million after. The fact that there are, during the Nuremberg trials, all of the officers all the Nazi officers admitted that there was a Holocaust. The fact that there were 1,500 U.S. servicemen who took photographs of the bodies and the shoes at those different places. The fact that there was human remains found in the ovens, and the fact that there was actually Adolf Eichmann has journals showing that they had killed 4 million Jews in the oven, killed 4 million Jews in the concentration camps, and then another 2 million either in transit or by firing squads.
I'm not saying that there wasn't.
Yeah.
But how could a journal that many people?
Because he's the highest ranked general in all of those people.
What kind of journal was this?
So they have to keep records on some level about what happened, right? Like at some point they have to go up and they have to. There's census data in Poland, right? And then all of a sudden these people are extracted and go off into extracted from ghettos and go off to concentration camps.
Right.
The thing is, 9 million people just don't exist anymore. Right. So if you want to make up whatever aliens showed up or they ended up in Russia, that's fine. But you have to explain where they went. You see what I'm saying? And so I think that's the issue. The point
Are you Jewish?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm Protestant.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just one of these situations where it's like if you want to have the discussion, that's fine. It's just the added part of like, it's also they're the reason why everything went wrong. And I'm like, man, I don't know if that's the case, because no matter who the president of the United States is, I'm not a victim. I'm still going to be rich no matter who.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? And so like, that's the whole thing that happened that's just a little bit problematic with this whole situation. But
I think it's good though. Like, so, all right. So people having a victim mentality, that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
But people also use that term as a weapon to not get people to talk about certain things.
Sure.
Even if you don't, I'm not a victim by any means.
For sure.
But I like to talk about history and real things. But some people are like, oh, that's no, it's an inconveniencing truth. Let's talk about it, right? And I think that in our country, that's when real healing begins.
Of course.
When we can talk about shit that's uncomfortable.
Yeah, I definitely want him to not be deplatformed. I still think he should be able to. It's Nick Fuentes.
Okay.
Yeah, and the other part is like, it's, for instance, he has an opinion that black people and white people should never have sex. They should never have babies. That's his opinion. If he wants to have that opinion, I think it's a little draconian, ridiculous,
cool.
right? But he has the right to believe it. But he's not using science to try to say that.
What's his position on that? Like, why does he say that?
It's some Old Testament religious stuff. I haven't gotten that far into it. I have to do 2 weeks of study before the debate that we're gonna have there. But that's one of the issues we're gonna have. And by the way, I don't hate the dude, and he has every right to say what he wants to say, and I don't have an issue with that.